Introducing to you first the challenger on my right, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing black trunks with white trim, he weighed in at 121 pounds. Presentando al retador en la esquina azul, con un peso de 121 libras. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with a record of 15 wins, no losses, with 5 wins coming by way of knockout. Tiene un récord de 15 victorias sin derrota, con 5 de ellos por knockout. Ranked the WBO #1 junior featherweight contender, clasificado número 1 peso junior pluma, from Hamburg, Germany, by way of Budapest, Hungary. Introducing Mr. Left Hook, Zsolt Bedak. And his opponent across the ring, the defending champion, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing white trunks, he weighed in at 122 pounds. Y su rival, al campeón en la esquina roja, pesando 122 libras. His record 18 wins, no losses, and 1 draw, with 15 wins coming by way of knockout, con un récord de 18 victorias sin derrota y un empate. Tiene 15 ganadas por knockout. Tonight, making the first defense of his title, here is the undefeated WBO Junior Featherweight Champion of the world. Aquí está el campeón mundial peso junior pluma de la OMB de Bayamón, Puerto Rico. Demos la bienvenida al hijo del orgullo de Puerto Rico, introducing Wilfredo Papito Vazquez Jr. Once again, our referee in charge,
Rivera, the referee, will clear the ring now. Unified
Rivera.
rules of boxing, 10-point must scoring system, no standing 8 count. There'll be no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Only the referee can stop the fight in case of an accidental foul. We go to the scorecards after the 4th round is complete. Those are the rules under which this fight will be contested. We'll get the ring cleared here momentarily, and we'll have this WBO Junior Featherweight, a Super Bantamweight 122-pound championship underway for you. As the pride of Hamburg, Germany, and Budapest, Hungary. He's actually from Pest side of Budapest.
Remember, obey the command. Protect yourself. And above this line is illegal, okay? Buena suerte y que gane el mejor. Vamos, choca en guate. Vamos. Come on.
All right, so we're set to go. Wilfredo Vazquez will be decked out in the white trunks with a purple trim and a little bit of red lettering. As you take a look at the tail of the tape, you see a couple of things. That there's a slight height advantage for Vazquez. There's a slight weight advantage for Vazquez. He's a year younger, and he's got a 2-inch advantage in reach, or about an inch, inch and a half, 2 inches. We'll see how it all shakes out during the course of the fight. All right, we're set to go again. Vazquez is in the white trunks, and in the black trunks is Bedak. Bedak from Germany, out of Hungary. Won some European titles, and a shot at the world title means everything to him. Let's see how he holds up here in round number 1, scheduled for 12. I'm the Colonel Bob Sheridan, along with Benny Ricardo. And Benny, right away, you see the hands held high by the European fighter, but he looks like he's got fairly quick hands so far.
Yeah, he does. He's a great boxer, and he's very, very confident. He came here. I don't care if I have to fight Puerto Rico. To me, he says, you know, I'm going to make a great fight, so I'm going to make it so that the judges give me the decision. So very confident there. On the part of Vazquez Jr., my big surprise has been how good a body puncher this guy is. He knocked out Sansona with a left to the body that was an absolute wicked body shot. It was a delayed response by Sansona, and that's how he ended up winning this title.
Well, we'll see how he goes here. Nobody has landed too much just yet. A little feeling out process here in the early going. Get rid of the nerves and get down to the serious boxing here. Bedak coming to the backyard of Vazquez Jr. Vazquez, of course, the son of the great Wilfredo Vazquez, who won the world championship and defended it, what, 11, 12 times?
Yeah, 3-time world champion, 56 wins, 41 knockouts in his career. And you can see the quicker hands on the part of Wilfredo Vazquez Jr. He's going to work that jab, although Bedak, what I like about him, too, very compact in the way he throws his shots.
Yeah, he is. He's a decent-looking fighter so far. When you know the extraordinary ability of Vazquez Jr. Vazquez had no amateur career, and of course learned under the tutelage of his dad when he decided he wanted to fight with Tudo Zavala, saying, "Hey, quit working at the Marriott and come to work for me and become a professional fighter." Here he is, a world champion and a good one.
And you know, he said he used to go to the gym before to bug his father, actually to
Right,
bother
when he was a
him.
kid.
Yeah, and eventually, you know, I mean, it's in the blood. And of course, his mother, Alicia, must be tough too, because this kid's got all the tools. And what I like about it, so composed and fresh. This is a fresh body. 3.5 years without taking a single day of a break. Right after the Sansona fight, he was back in the gym.
Well, that's the conditioning. Bedak, on the other hand, holding the hands high, trying to land what he can land here in the early going.
You know, he showed us his abs. I mean, unbelievable. You can get stains off of that washboard stomach.
We know he's tough. Look at all those tattoos. That had to hurt. But don't notice also the back of the leg muscles of Vazquez. That's road work and a lot of road work. And in fairness to Bedak, he's got the same sort of legs. He's got strong, powerful-looking legs too. We don't know as much about Bedak, but he looks decent in the early going here. Light left hook by Bedak. Not a lot between them here in round number 1. Bedak knows how to fight. Hey, don't forget, this is a guy that had 232 amateur fights. So he's actually been in the ring and fought more rounds than Vazquez has.
Yes, he has, and he's been all against the very best, fighting around the world as an Olympian and all the multitude of tournaments that he fought as an amateur in Europe. And then you see the great champion Artur Grigorian, a guy who was 38-1 with 22 knockouts. His only loss against Acelino Popo Freitas. We see the corner, Christopher Bush, Michael Tim, Pal Bedak.
Yeah, Artur Grigorian had 19 world championship fights. That's something, huh?
Yeah.
Some career. By the way, how'd you score the first round?
You know what? That's a very tough round to go ahead and score. But I'm going to go ahead just with the champion, Wilfredo Vazquez Jr.
Well, I think that the judges, Michael Pernick from Florida, John Stewart from Pennsylvania, and Jose Torres from Puerto Rico probably would lean towards the champ as well. Still, Bedak doing all right here.
Yeah, Bedak, but they missed it with that left hand. But bringing the fight to Wilfredo, though. There's a good right hand right there by WV2, or Papito, as his father likes to call him.
All right, we're coming up to round number 2 here at the Ruben Rodriguez Coliseum in Bayamon, Puerto Rico. Colonel Bob Sheridan here with Benny Ricardo. You're watching Dr. Jacobs Integrated Sports around the world, and glad that you are with us wherever you're watching. Whether it be pay-per-view in the United States or down in the South Pacific or across the UK and in the other countries in Europe. I know people in Hungary are interested in this one.
So far, Wilfredo Vazquez has not gone to the body of Bedak, choosing instead to go to the head.
Staying upstairs so far. Seems to be more quickness in the hands of Vazquez, but when Bedak opens up, he's got considerable quickness himself. He feints to the left.
You know, one thing that Bedak is doing good, he doesn't give you much of a target. He covers himself up pretty good. Does not give you much to hit.
And, you know, he doesn't have that typical, what we call in this country, the typical European style where his hands are extremely high. He's got his body pretty well protected, too. He fights that sort of crouch. His hands are high enough to protect the chin, but he's also protecting his body decently. And maybe that's why Vazquez Jr. hasn't gone to the body yet. There's a hook upstairs again. But he will. Now, he's a guy that breaks down men when he can figure out where he can hit him.
You know, I think eventually, Colonel, that what's going to be the shot here is going to be these counters. When all of a sudden Bedak makes up his mind to come in, I think it's just a matter of time before Vazquez measures that time and then shoots that counter.
Vazquez is a guy that knows how to throw those Julio Cesar Chavez type shots right behind the elbow of opponents, and you'll see that start happening too. Bedak, I can't predict that he will do as much because I haven't seen him fight before. I only know what I've read about him and what we learned when we talked to him yesterday, and quite honestly, he wouldn't give us a lot of information about his style of boxing, so we'll just have to wait and see and describe what we see as it unfolds. Decent body shot by Bedak.
Yeah, but when your nickname is left hook, that's a pretty good clue.
Yeah, and there was his left hook. Just as you said it, he dropped the left hook. Vazquez was having a better second round here than he had in the first round. It's more clearly his round, I think, here in the second round. So Bedak is going to turn it up a notch.
Now, Bedak has been here now for 3 weeks, so that's very smart. Really got acclimated to the humidity, all those things.
And boy, you need to get it because even though it's air conditioned in here, it's still very humid with the better than 12,000 people that are crammed into this arena here in Bayamon. It's probably 95% humidity outside, raining, and it's smart that he came early. So he came with the intention of taking this title back to Europe.
You know, before the fight, I said this is going to be a high-speed chess game. Good right hand right there by Vazquez Jr. And that's exactly what it is, a high-speed chess game here.
Bedak is not able to get the jab through. He loads up the right hand and catches a piece of the shoulder, a little bit of the side of the head. And you see that right foot come up of Vazquez. He's going to get hit by the left hook. I think that's a